Yes, Mzansi, welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. And yes, I promised you it's going to get even better. We're talking about our furry balls of love, our animals, our pets, the ones that we cannot do anything without. But what happens when you go on holiday? Well, I got you covered, right? Because school holidays, Easter holidays, or even public holidays are about our furry companions who deserve to be a part of the celebrations too, right? But whether you're jetting off for a getaway or planning local adventures, we're unpacking the best ways to ensure that your furry companions also have a special time while you are away. So we've got some specialists here to help us do just that. Owner of Poochie Coo Pet Sitters, Craig Mitchell, and Doggy Daycare and Hotel, as well as the THA Rosemead veterinarian, Dr. Travis Gray, in the building. Gentlemen, how are we doing this morning?
Very well, thanks.
Yeah. Good, good. Where are all the animals while you guys are here? If I do ask?
They're in good hands. In good hands.
Listen, Craig, let me just hit it straight to you. With a lot of us, obviously, like we mentioned, heading off to these holidays and doing these crazy things, what do you think is the best thing to do with our pets? Why do you think it's important to ensure that we don't leave them at home while we are away on like a holiday or something crazy like that?
So first of all, I would recommend that you first know your pet, what personality type they are. If you've got a highly anxious dog, I would highly recommend not taking them to a doggy daycare. That's why we provide pet sitting as well, because that would be a much safer environment for the animal to be in a homely environment.
Okay, that makes sense.
And if you've got a highly social dog that loves other dogs, then I highly recommend taking them to a doggy daycare or a hotel for dogs.
That makes sense. Dr. Ray, can you verify this? I mean, from a sort of veterinary perspective, what's really going on in a dog's mind when they are left alone and the parents are on holiday versus, let's say, maybe being left with a whole bunch of dogs? Is there any sort of impact with this?
So when you go away on holiday, and you know, we've all done it, where you go away and then you get somebody to come just feed them once or twice a day.
Yeah, just come pop in, check that they're okay.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's a big change in routine for them. You know, animals actually do like routine. They like being fed the same time every day, going for walks the same time every day. And when you go away, this is disrupted, and you start seeing your obsessive-compulsive behaviors coming out, excessive barking. They can become destructive to things inside the house. And it's an annoyance, but it's also like, with people, you know, stress can cause disease as well. So,
oh, wow.
We tend to see when owners go away, dogs tend to get these like weird stress-induced diarrheas. Cats start inappropriately urinating and get bladder infections. So obviously you have to be very careful that you leave them in a place where they will be well looked after, or somebody that will check in on them properly. To avoid these things from happening.
Yeah, and that makes sense. Now, when it comes to, let's say, the option of something like a doggy daycare, and I know you mentioned you have different options where you've got pet sitting, or you can drop your dog off at a daycare. This is an awesome concept. I've seen a lot of people do this. There's pros and cons to it as well, right? Yes. I mean, obviously, socializing, the dog gets to have fun, you don't have to worry because you know they're in a great environment, they're getting looked after. But then there also are potential cons to this, right? I mean, I'm looking at the example where, I mean, you might not be comfortable with your dog sharing the same bowl as another dog, perhaps, or something crazy like that. Are there certain risks, Doc, to maybe having dogs in a similar environment together where they are sharing utensils or tools like this?
Yeah, I mean, in any communal environment, there's going to be a risk of disease transfer, both bacteria, viruses, also parasites. That's why disinfecting bowls is very important. Not only bowls, it's actually even your hands. You can just, via touching one dog and touching another dog,
we could spread it. Okay.
Even just on your clothes, you can do that. A lot of these places have protocols in place to make sure that this doesn't happen. But I think they can only do so much. There's also an onus on the owner to, you know, make sure vacs are up to date, make sure preventative care is up to date to also reduce the risk of this happening.
Yeah. What happens in a esteemed sort of doggy daycare like one that you'd manage? I mean, are things like this being managed and taken care of?
Yeah, so hygiene is one of the biggest expenses actually. You constantly have to maintain a clean place. So we also use F10 to clean the bowls, also clean our hands when we handling the dogs, and we constantly follow protocols, checking the vaccines, are they up to date. We do assessment with the dogs to ensure the safety of all the other dogs. Yeah, that's
nice, man. And then, Doc, you mentioned obviously the fact of pet sitters coming through and maybe also assisting when it comes to our animals when we are not at home. You offer a great service, which possibly, obviously, makes it a lot easier. But when we are looking for a pet sitter, what are things that we should actually be taking into account that may positively suit our pet while we are away? Is there anything to maybe look out for?
Yeah, so I think you have to look, first you have to see the background of the person. like all our pet sitters, has a police clearance and then also a very good track record. You can't just let anyone stay in your house.
Yeah, yeah.
And it needs to be a person that really loves animals.
Yes.
That's before you can decide, okay, this person's going to be looking after my loved one.
And coming into your home, like you
exactly,
said as well.
it's the most sacred place.
Yeah,
and then you're allowing a stranger to come and stay in you. So you should make that person feel as comfortable as possible before he agrees to doing that.
Well, gents, thank you so much for coming through. It's great to have expert advice. Obviously, I know when it comes to any issues that we may have, we've got the option of doctors like you, Dr. Grace. So thank you for being there in times of need when we know our pets absolutely need it. And I know the work you guys are doing as well at Rosemead is just incredible. I've had my pet actually be there, and you saved her life and his life, both of them. So I'm absolutely grateful for the work you're doing, and grateful that there are these incredible opportunities, I think, for pet sitting, for doggy daycares. So it just gives us a peace of mind knowing that we are making the best decision for our loved ones. So, gents, thank you so much for coming through and giving us a reason and some options too on that. And I think for you, Mzansi, here's another reason to get involved and look after your pets and provide them with that utmost care, because the NexGard range is the global #1 pet parasitic and parasiticide in sales. So now you can guard them from parasites inside and out, and that's with the most complete parasite protection range. Now, it is also in a tasty monthly chew that the dogs are just going to absolutely love. And on top of this, the NexGard range offers that right dose and right protection, and that's from fleas, ticks, mites, and worms. And there's more than 980 million doses sold worldwide and counting. On top of this, NexGard and NexGard Spectra also available in a convenient 1 month or 3 month protection pack. So it really is so simple to be able to make sure that you're providing your loved ones with the most incredible opportunity to make magic and make good memories for you. So listen up, we've also got something incredible, and it's about spreading the love, because one lucky viewer stands the chance to win 2,000 Rand cash, and that's simply to enjoy with their furry friend and a surprise goodie each week over the next few weeks. So there's a lot to look forward to here, Mzansi. All you got to do is simply reply to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook, X or Instagram pages and tell us why your dog is your guardian of love. And I know we're going to get some great answers on this one, but don't forget to use the hashtag NexGard and Guardians of Love in your answer. And the competition does close at midday, Friday the 5th of April. Your T's and C's can be found at expressoshow.com. And I think, gents, with that, I'm definitely going to add this to the list. I'm going to probably do a checkup with you at Rosemead. If I am going away, which I'm planning to soon, I'll probably see you at the Doggy Daycare Center. But thank you once again, gents, for making sure that our loved ones are taken care of, and look forward to you providing happiness for the rest of the pups that make their way through to your doors.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Cheers, guys. Your answers are right, James, Zanzi.